All right, once again, I don't know exactly where we left off at, right? But I'm gonna get back on the eye. The eye is the only physical organ in the body, right? And when it dries out, it becomes what? Small granules of quartz. Now you're an alchemist, right? This can be programmed. Your eyes can be programmed, right? Your eyes, everything you see, everything you have seen, walking by it, seeing somebody do it, is being programmed just as well as you program the crystals that you own, right? Or any other esoteric level, right? So, therefore, the eyes can be programmed. You do not follow programs, God. The original dialogue is not to follow any program, because you're being led astray. You're being led. Alright? Now, anyway, the mind-body connection, alright? The mind-body, I'm going to make this real quick, okay? Because I have had to delete some of my files because I'm making this too long. And it's not a lot that I want to delete, so I'm going to try to quickly do this, alright? So anyway, the mind-body connection, it must be an anchor, alright? It must be an anchor. You know, a ship cannot be in the ocean on high frequency, ocean, waves, high frequency, high waves, alright? Without an anchor to dock anywhere. If it wants to stay in a certain position, it must dock. It must have an anchor. That's the mind-body connection. Alright? The frequency to the waves. Now, like I said, if you cutting up apples and things of this with plastic and thinking that you're insulting a frequency, then that's in your head. And you have no anchor. Because you have no mind and body connection. Alright? Mind and body connection. If you believe in this illusionary water is what it is, you are confusing. You are defusing. What they say, a house divided cannot stand. Mind, body connection. Mind and body connection. All right? You could say mind, body, spirit connection, mind, body, soul connection. You can say it all. But what it is first off, you got to lead this physical to the spiritual. And you have to link it. You have to anchor it with what you feel here. Not what you think, not what your eyes have reported to this here. This here is not what you think it is. This is the internet, motherfucker. This is the internet. This is everything you have seen. This is everything you have heard. This is everything you don't fucking even understand. Period. What is it here? You have to decide what's here, Neo. Can't nobody be the one for you. I wouldn't give a fuck if they say they the one. They don't. See, if any initiate knows he's not an initiate, because any initiate that could tell somebody else they're not, knows he's not. Nevertheless, alright, nevertheless, you need an anchor. I'm gonna give you this scenario, right? Check this out. Now, I live in Indiana, alright? I give you that. And I don't care where the fuck you, whatever. So anyway, I live in Indiana. So they had nuclear blasts that they had suppressed, right? You know what I'm saying? See, it's no fear here. There's no fear about, I'm not gonna show my papers or some shit. Fuck yeah. You heard? You know what I'm saying? And I registered with you. And nevertheless, like I said, the God here is feeling good. Right here. You heard? Nevertheless. So the anchor is needed. The anchor is needed. Spirit, body connection. Mind, body connection. Soul, body connection. Alright? Now, if you believe the water, this hallucinated ass water is fin to affect you, then you accept, you confuse your heart. See, that's why the mind, let's get back to the cipher. Cipher is the one who set up Morpheus. More. Free us. See, Moore was trying to free us, but Cipher set him up. Cipher is numbers, mathematics, numerology, astrology, mathematics, thinking, calculations, thoughts. But all the time, Issa, Brother Justice, Jesus, Yahshua is supposed to be the crown chakra. All the time, your inner eye flips it upside down and tells you it's lower. The pyramid tells you pi is the highest. The scientists already have proven that the heart promotes 100 times and generates 100 times more powerful frequency than the mind. Issa, Brother Justice, whom you say is the crown chakra, holds a heart, a flame. Nevertheless, that's what your esoteric fucking eyes has brought your ass to. That's what your esoteric ears have brought you to here, there to. That's why he said, he who has an ear, let him hear. Let that motherfucker hear. You ain't heard it like that before, have you? He that have an eye, let his ass see. Woo! Now, you could flip that all kind of ways and you'd be right. He who has an eye, one eye, not two, motherfucker. Nevertheless, the anchor is needed. Now, look, real quick before this camera cut off, real quick. Check this out. So, at this one point, right, before I became, I could give it a title, but I would say, along my journey, all right, put it like that. At a good point, recognize. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Not the best point, because the best is yet to come. So nevertheless, I was, I live in Indiana, as I stated before, that they had nuclear blasts up under the soil and trees were snapping and shit. You heard? Trees just snapped. You know what I'm saying? With no wind, no lightning, no nothing. Trees just snapped. Fucking ground shook. You see what I'm saying? Shit like that. Boom. Big ass booms. I didn't hear shit. But other people heard it. Nevertheless, reported it. It came up on the scale. They denounced it. They said it wasn't no planes, no sonic boom, all that bullshit. Go look it up. But nevertheless, you know, and it was high radiation in the soil, or in the Michigan, Indiana fucking region. All right, check it out. Black Cat. Look at Black Cat. They the only ones. It might have been a couple more that showed it, but every other thing was knocked down. But nevertheless, Black Cat. Anyway, around that same arena, or maybe even afterwards, at least with the knowledge to know that this soil has been contaminated. Check this out. So nevertheless, check this out. Frequency. When you say you operating off a high frequency, then you done left feelings alone, because frequency has no feelings. You understand? Frequencies have no feelings. That's why a computer has none. Nevertheless, and I ain't telling you to be have no feelings. You understand? I'm talking about in your construction. You understand what I'm saying? In your construction. In your construction. What is steel going to bend to? Heat. What is titanium going to bend to? More heat. So who are you? What are you? You see, that's why you don't take a form. Nevertheless, I don't want to go too far away. All right? Listen. And I hope I not already have done so. The anchor is needed. So, nevertheless, the ground here is whatever they say and I seen or heard, right? Heart says this. I come across a brother named the 13th Son, speaking on planting your feet, getting back to nature, blah, 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 blah. Correcto mando, yeah. Sounds good to me. And not only that, but much more that the brother spoke on, you know what I'm saying, I gravitated to instantly. Pow. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Reduce my fear. You know what I'm saying? Reduced it to zilch. Reduced it to non-existent. You heard? And then, you know what I'm saying, about certain things, you know what I'm saying, came up out of that rebelistic motherfucking type thought. You heard? Boom, bam, bing. All right? Got that, boom. Now, when I first planted my feet, I felt like, you know, because he was talking about bees that come around you and all this type of shit, and you'll feel all this, you know, much respect to the part that's in the part, right? You know what I'm saying? The God particle there. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, he was talking about these swirls coming around your legs and shit. You're going to feel this. He said, watch, watch, watch. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see these little bees coming all around your shit. Yeah, okay. You know, check this out. So this is what I perceived. Guess what happened? I plant my feet knowing, first of all, with a feeling, or not a feeling, but with the here, knowing here that the soil has been contaminated. Knowing here that this and that is fucked all off. But me believing here, not be lying, but me agreeing here in the heart chakra, right? The center, right? Pi of the Macabre, all right? Already fully understood. Okay? And I was fighting. I felt my mind fighting my heart. Because I actually felt the shit that this dude was saying. The shit was going like this. And I started shaking just a little bit. For real, yeah. And then I suddenly stopped. Because I was like, no. Everything is created through thought. Thought, change your thought, change your DNA. It's not only what you take in, it's what you take in here too. It's not only what you take in through the mouth, it's what you take in through the brain, through the thought. So when that is digested, that's what's going to come out. That's what's going to be accepted. Proteins, enzymes, and whatever. When you get into that bullshit-ass mundane shit, you still talk about frequency. Go above it. See, when you jump above it here, how can it touch you here when your ass is up here? I mean, not here. Not here. Let me reduce that shit. Meaning, if you up in the spiritual, meaning higher regions, it can never touch you physically. In the whole damn body. Not only the heart, but the heart animating the frequency to take your ass up. I pointed higher than the heart, but I meant to point higher than the head. Above. Both. Right? So nevertheless, mind, body and mind frequency. So nevertheless, as I felt these things, guess what happened though too? After these shits going around my legs and I'm shaking for a minute and I'm like, oh, and you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking it's that shit. I'm thinking it's, ooh, and then these nanotechnology shits, ooh, and all this type of shit. And then all of a sudden something shut my whole shit down and just said, motherfucker, it's too late. Motherfucker, accept it 100% that you know what the fuck you doing. Don't let all that promenading shit up in your head controls your fucking feelings. That's a 100 times more powerful than this deceiver, this cipher right here. You heard? The cipher that set up the more to free us. He didn't want to free. He was the deceiver. He was. This motherfucker was. And understand the movie. The movie is made by who? Motherfucking sorcerers, wizards, and warlocks, motherfuckers. Right. Yeah. The ones who practice the occult. What they just tell your dumb ass. Listen again. And don't worry about me cursing. There ain't nothing but lightning. You scared of the lightning? Get up under the damn bed then. But Issa Brother Justice told you no one takes a light and sticks it under the bed. No, they put it on a candlestand and stand up, motherfucker. Alright? Her? Nevertheless, I'm thinking, all this shit, I'm like, damn. And to my surprise, man, I'm sitting by a tree over here. My feet is like 2 feet in the ground, a little bit more than 2 feet in the ground. You know, I got this crystal out there. I got a black quartz crystal out there. You know what I mean? I even got on the what's the name? I'm gonna upload it just to Fuck with you. Nevertheless, dig. So anyway, I'm sitting there and I'm like, and all of a sudden, after I calmed myself down from the little, the nervousness and all the thought permeating and shit, man, I couldn't believe it. 3 damn bees, right, flew around my whole fucking crib and came directly to my ass. I ain't making this shit up. You know what I'm saying? For real. You heard? For real. Look, truth. That's all, man. That's it. Anyway, they come flying, man, and flew like this. And I'm looking at these motherfuckers, and all the time I'm remembering what the cat said, right? Bruh, man said, not bruh, man said, because he's a frequency that's in me. We operate on the same frequencies, man, but sometimes, you know, frequencies get out of bandwidth sometimes. But that's also necessary because AC goes everywhere. Tesla coil goes every fucking where. So we good. All right, we good. Nevertheless, lit. So anyway, and then, so they come around this way. Now, I didn't want to turn around, you know what I'm saying? Because I was still in thought of where I was here. You know, it's here, above here. You know what I'm saying? I keep pointing to the head. I was above here. I want to point to the heart because that's what transcended me. All right? Nevertheless. So anyway, here we go. So they flies around this way. You know, real close to me. I ain't talking about 3 feet. I ain't talking about 1 foot. I'm talking about within like fucking 8 inches. All right? Sing, just like that. I was like, mother, kiss my... I was like, but it was all giving me more energy. It was all taking me up. You heard? Yeah, it was all taking it up. You heard? So I was like, And all of a sudden, man, what do I feel landing on my shoulder, Joe? Yeah, the bee landed straight on my shit. For real. Why would I make this shit up, right? Nevertheless, yeah. Look, bee landed here, right there. Bam. Oh yeah. I was like, oh man, I ain't hearing shit else. Boom! I ain't hearing shit else. Check this out. That showed me how powerful the motherfucking mind was. That showed me how powerful association is. That showed me how powerful the anchor must be. That showed me how powerful that you got to be. That you are. But you being led by these. You understand what I'm saying? When enough come to you to understand, drop this shit, you know here, go here. But you will be up above that bitch. You will end up above. You will end up in the... But you can't... limits is beyond bounds. There's no limit. You can't limit yourself to an Anunnaki. You can't limit yourself to a Moor. You can't limit yourself to this. You can't limit yourself to that. You can't limit yourself because you have just put what the fuck? A name. You have just used a corporate fiction, a transmitting utility that cannot speak and needs someone who speaks for him. Therefore, you need a leader. Therefore, you need an attorney. Therefore, you need someone who talks to you. See, the Moorish paradigm is in a spiritual. We are spiritual Moors. You understand? We are spiritual Moors. We can't be a physical anything. I am in this world but not of this world. Does that mean anything to you? See, I'm not trying to say drop out of see, here's the thing. See, this is only meant for those who understand. Like the Quran says, this is a book written for those who understand, for those who reflect. This is a book meant for those who reflect. You know what I'm saying? Reflect what? When you reflect, motherfucker, when you look in the mirror, when you move your left, the mirror moves its right. Reflect then, brother. The spiritual more. The spiritual. All right, man.